The forest stretched endlessly, a tapestry of shadows and moonlight. Ancient trees stood like sentinels, their gnarled branches whispering secrets to the wind. Somewhere deep within this realm lay a castle, an enigma wrapped in mist, its spires piercing the heavens as if daring time itself to touch it. As you settle into your bed, imagine yourself stepping into this world. Close your eyes and feel the cool night air brush against your skin. Hear the soft rustle of leaves overhead, the distant hoot of an owl, and the faint trickle of water from a hidden stream. This is where our story begins. A tale not of adventure or heroism, but of quiet transformation, tenderness, and surrender. Let us drift together into the heart of the woods, where beauty meets beast and dreams meet reality. Belle lived on the edge of the village, her cottage nestled among wildflowers that swayed lazily in the breeze. She was known for her kindness, though her soul often felt restless, yearning for something beyond the confines of her simple life. Her days were filled with books, pages upon pages of faraway lands, daring quests, and loves both tragic and triumphant. Yet none of these stories could quench the thirst she carried within her heart. One evening, as twilight painted the sky in hues of lavender and gold, Belle sat by the hearth, her fingers tracing the spine of a worn novel. Outside, rain began to fall, each drop tapping gently against the window pane like a lullaby. The fire crackled softly, casting flickering shadows across the room. It was then that her father stumbled through the door, his face pale with fear. "Belle," he whispered hoarsely, "I've made a terrible mistake." And so, the journey began. Not with thunderous fanfare, but with trembling hands and heavy hearts. Belle agreed to take her father's place at the mysterious castle, unaware that this decision would weave her fate into the fabric of magic itself. The path to the castle wound through the forest, where the trees seemed to lean closer, their whispers growing louder. Belle walked slowly, her lantern casting a warm glow that pushed back the encroaching darkness. Every step echoed faintly, blending with the rhythmic patter of raindrops on her cloak. When she finally reached the gates, they creaked open with a sound like a sigh, revealing a courtyard bathed in silver light. The castle loomed before her, its walls adorned with ivy that shimmered with dew. Inside, the air smelled of aged wood and forgotten memories. A grand staircase spiraled upward, lined with candles that flickered despite the absence of wind. Their light danced across the marble floors, creating patterns that shifted and swayed as if alive. From somewhere deep within the halls came the faint strains of music. A mournful melody played on a harp, its notes lingering like ghosts. It was here that she met him, the beast. He emerged from the shadows, his form both majestic and grotesque. His fur bristled under the candlelight, his claws glinting like polished steel. But it was his eyes that held Belle captive, not with fear, but with sorrow. They were windows to a soul burdened by regret, longing, and a desperate hope for redemption. "I am no monster," he said, his voice low and gravelly, yet tinged with vulnerability, "though I may look like one." In the days that followed, Belle discovered glimpses of the man beneath the beastly exterior. He offered her books from his vast library, each volume chosen with care. When storms rattled the windows, he shielded her from falling debris without thought for his own safety. And when she cried, though she tried to hide it, he sat silently beside her, his presence a quiet reassurance. Their connection grew not through words, but through shared silences and small gestures. One evening, as they sat by the fireplace, Belle noticed how the flames reflected in his eyes, softening their sharp edges. For the first time, she saw not a beast, but a being capable of love and worthy of it. Beyond the castle walls lay a garden, overgrown and untamed. Roses climbed trellises, their petals glistening with morning dew. It was here that Belle and the beast spent many afternoons, speaking of their pasts and their hopes for the future. "I was cursed," the beast confessed one day, his voice barely above a whisper. "Not because I was cruel, but because I refused to see the beauty in others. I turned away those who needed me most. And now I am trapped in this form, unable to escape my own reflection." Belle listened intently, her heart swelling with empathy. She understood what it meant to feel trapped, not by physical chains, but by doubts and fears. In that moment, she realized that true freedom came not from breaking curses, but from embracing the humanity within. Belle listened intently, her heart swelling with empathy. She understood what it meant to feel trapped, not by physical chains, but by doubts and fears. In that moment, she realized that true freedom came not from breaking curses, but from embracing the humanity within. The garden became a sanctuary for them both, a place where forgiveness bloomed alongside the roses. As they tended to the plants, nurturing them back to health, they also nurtured their bond, allowing it to grow stronger with each passing day. One fateful night, as the moon hung low in the sky, the curse reached its climax. Shadows crept into the castle, twisting and writhing like living things. The beast stood alone in the great hall, his body trembling as the magic fought to consume him. But Belle was there. She ran to him, her footsteps echoing like a heartbeat. "You are more than this curse," she said, her voice steady despite the chaos around them. "You are kind. You are brave. You are loved." Her words broke the spell. Light erupted from the beast's chest, engulfing the room in warmth. When the brilliance faded, a man stood in his place, young and handsome, yet bearing the same eyes that had once haunted Belle with their sadness. They embraced, their tears mingling as the storm outside subsided. The castle transformed along with its master, its once dark halls now bathed in sunlight. The enchanted servants returned to human form, their laughter filling the air like music. As Belle and the prince stood hand in hand, gazing out over the newly restored garden, the narrator's voice softened, guiding you gently towards sleep. And so, dear listener, their story comes to an end, but yours is just beginning. Let the rhythm of the rain soothe your weary mind. Feel the warmth of the fire in your heart, and know that, just as Belle found peace in the arms of the beast, you too can find solace in the quiet moments of your own life. The music fades, leaving only the sound of your breath. The room grows still, the shadows lengthening as the candle burns low. Sleep takes hold, wrapping you in its embrace like a velvet blanket. Good night. Dream well.